Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Antifa-Man and the Commiemania has just released at the cinemas, and dear God, if there was ever an advert for just stop. Please, Marvel, just stop now. This is getting stupid. This is getting ridiculous. These films are providing absolutely nothing in sustenance from an entertainment perspective, and certainly nothing in advancement of this broken MCU which we now have before us. If ever there was an advert for something which is just rolled completely out of control, but is literally a corpse being kept on life support, then it's this movie. And I'm not going to do a conventional review because this film is just an absolute mess. And I don't even think it knows what it wants to do itself. It tries to inject some humor here and there, which isn't humorous. The actual funny side of Ant-Man, the charming side, is completely lost to attempts at really feeble and weak MCU humor, which doesn't land. And it's simply put in there because insert joke here. More often than not, when they try to do that, it doesn't match with the tone. It doesn't match with the atmosphere. It doesn't match with what they're trying to tell in a story. And I say story in inverted commas because this is as basic as you'll get, providing no real depth, characterization, threat. It's so bizarre. I never felt at any point that there were any stakes in this. It starts off with Scott Lang walking down the street doing a happy-go-lucky I've saved the world in Endgame. I've written a book. I'm just the little guy who succeeded. And I just thought to myself immediately, he goes into these shops. Everyone gives him stuff for free. He's like, I can have a coffee. How much? Oh, no. Can I have this? No. You know, yeah. But it's free. Don't worry about it. And I'm just thinking, this is Scott Lang walking down the street, having been a hero and saved the day, been part of the Avengers, saving the day in Endgame. He's treated like you would be treated, you know, an absolute hero, an absolute legend. If I run a coffee shop and he came into my coffee shop, I'd give him coffee for free. But remember Black Captain Falcon of America, you gotta do better, Senator Man? He couldn't even get a loan for his sister's boat at a bank because he's black. Remember when they tried to go with that narrative? But now, Ant-Man, who's probably less well-known than the Falcon, is getting all free stuff. So, you know, it must be because white privilege, I guess. And then he finds out that his daughter's in prison. She's been arrested. Oh, God. And she's been arrested because she was preventing police from removing homeless people from a park because those homeless people were displaced after the blip. The people came back because those homeless people were living in houses which weren't theirs, you know? Okay. I don't know if you're aware of this, folks, but just a couple of years ago, they had the Oscar ceremony at this place, and what they did is they made sure that all the homeless people in the area were kicked out so they can have their little award ceremony where people like Regina King got to the microphone and started saying, oh, I know you don't like it when Hollywood tries to preach at you, but I'm going to start preaching at you. By the way, we displaced a bunch of homeless people, so us in our hundreds of thousands of dollar clothes and jewelry could get here and start to preach to you, the pleb, the little person, the gum on our shoe about how to live your life. And I'm just thinking the absolute lack of awareness here is just beyond. However, it made me immediately like, oh, Cassie's just a prick, a dumb prick. And she's shrunk some policeman's car, and it's meant to be funny. I'm just like, I'm not finding anything amusing. And then they're all sat at the table, and they start mocking Scott. Of course they start mocking him. He's meant to be a hero, an Avenger, because he said, you know, oh, as an Avenger. Oh, really, Scott? Oh, really? Yo, you saved the world, Scott. Oh, good for you. Well, guess what? There's homeless people in a park because they took a house which wasn't theirs. So that in itself just got tiresome, that we get to always berate our hero. Whatever. So believe it or not, you're never going to believe this, folks. But Cassie, who I think's meant to be 17 in this, the actress is 26 and she looks about 23. So I don't know what's quite going on with that, but whatever. So Cassie, when Scott was blipped and everyone was blipped or whatever, stuck in the quantum realm, she was reading Hank Pym's notes, Michael Douglas's notes, and now she's the bestest ever. And she's managed to make an attachment to the quantum realm, and she's been sending signals down to the quantum realm because plot just needs to happen immediately. And then, folks, that is about as structured really as it gets, because after that, it just gets ridiculous. They all get sucked into the quantum zone, including a colony of ants, which Michael Douglas was working on. By the way, they all land in the quantum zone at one time. However, the ants have been developing for thousands of years in the quantum zone. So I don't know what's going on, because there's no rules, because this is all just loosey-goosey, higgledy-piggledy bullshit. And when they land there, Michelle Pfeiffer lands with Michael Douglas and the Wasp, and Ant-Man Paul Rudd lands with his daughter, and they're split up. And they're split up so they can give Michelle Pfeiffer a ton of screen time. And Michelle Pfeiffer, she's absolutely stunning for her age. Stunning. And she's a great actress, and I do like her, but this is meant to be Ant-Man, not Ant-Man version 2, version 1's ex-wife, and the Quantumania, whatever. So I just thought I'm not interested in an Ant family. Her character, even though Michelle Pfeiffer is great, her character, not interesting. And of course, Mary sued up to the eyeball. So they arrive at a group of Antifa. We're fighting against the system people, which of course is being run by a girl boss who's amazing. And later on in the film, where when she's captured and Cassie lets her out, Cassie just stands there going, oh my God, she's so cool. She's so great. She's so amazing. Oh my God. Literally verbalizes it as she just kicks a plebeian robot that couldn't even keep a 17-year-old girl in prison. Tiresome. Just tiresome. And this quantum realm is just green screen tripe. It just has no form. It has no structure. It's just shapes and wiggles and CGI, and it's just bloated garbage. And so Kang he's going to grab him, because Michelle Pfeiffer, when she was down in the quantum realm before, remember when she was lost for 30 years and she said nothing about her time there? Yeah, she said nothing about her time there because Marvel don't think apart from one movie ahead. And so they had no idea they're going to use Kang. They had no idea about what they were going to do with the character. So, of course, you couldn't say anything about him because they didn't even know about him. And so she ends up looking like a fool going, oh, I'm trying to protect you, so I'm not going to tell you anything. Even though they're all stuck in the quantum realm. And the best thing to do is to actually tell them what they're up against. And it's just generic drivel from there. There's nothing clever. There's nothing funny. There's nothing interesting. It's literally Kang gets them. Kang's bad guy. I mean, Jonathan Majors is a good actor, but he just had nothing to work with here. Nothing. He tried to play it straight. He tried to play it a little bit menacing. But when you've got stupid characters trying to do stupid jokes or stupid things, stupid Marvel things just going on, which are so tired and so overdone now that you just sat there like, oh, for fuck's sake, just... That he just came across as non-effective. Non-effective. And his army of non-effective soldiers that were non-effective. And I'm going to capture you, Ant-Man. And I'm going to imprison you. And I know about you. And I know about your powers. But for some reason, I'm going to let you and your daughter wear your costumes that shrink you down. And I'm not going to take them away from you. Because Cassie needs to escape. And all that. It is a fucking mess. So Kang ends up looking like an absolute buffoon. His soldiers completely ineffectual. It doesn't matter if there's 1 or 1,000. It's just another senseless drone army for people to get kicked around and smashed. And Michael Douglas at the end starts to bring in this big colony of ants to fight them all. The ants which have been developing in the quantum realm for thousands of years, but they've been there for a day. And Michael Douglas even says, they're not even hiding this bullshit anymore. Michael Douglas even actually says, and this is a direct quote, I know socialism is a charged word right now, but we can learn a lot from it. Because ants. Look at the ants. They're working together. Doesn't communism work? Ants that are a drone hive mind. Ants, which if any of the ants get infected by any disease, kill them and cast them out. Ants, which operate to a matriarchal society. To keep the queen alive. Yeah, let's just go do what they do. Let's just go do what these commie ants are doing. Communism's great. Hi, China. Oh, we're back. Oh, did we just pander to you? Oh, really? Did we just say the quiet bit out loud? Needless to say, they saved the day. They beat Kang. Big whoop-de fucking deal. And even at the end, they tried to do this thing where, oh, look, we've opened a portal to get back home. We've only got a limited time to get in. And everyone gets back apart from Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, because he stops Kang from going through the portal. And then Wasp comes back and they both end up fighting Kang and defeating Kang. But the portal closes. Oh, no! They're stuck in the quantum realm. It's all right. No, Cassie just opens another portal from the other side. It's easy. Then and it's 2 hours, and I'm there, and I'm just like, please, for the love of God, will you just fucking end? It's 2 hours long, and it's 2 hours fucking too long. A film like this should never be 2 hours. It should be 90 minutes, and let's get out of here, please, God. Stupid mishmash. Dumb, funny, and I say funny because they're not remotely funny, Marvel aliens. There's one made out of broccoli. There's another one that's obsessed with holes. Even though people are there that have the same amount of holes as a human because they're human. There was nothing clever in this. There was nothing witty in this. It looked like green screen trash. I never felt in any capacity like this was a living, breathing realm at all. It was fake. It was phony. It looked phony from the outset. It didn't feel like there were any stakes, any investment. Oh, Kang, he's been going around destroying timelines and worlds. He's a big bad guy. But we're just going to see that in like a 10-second flashback scene. And Jonathan Majors is not in any capacity. That Kang is not going to convey that in this movie at all. That sense of danger level. And then when Scott's back and when everyone's back, they do the repeat at the beginning of the movie. He's walking down the street again. And it's just like, oh, Kang said he was going to destroy everything. He was going to destroy our world and everyone's going to die. And there was more things coming. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Laugh, people. Laugh. Oh... This movie felt as tired as the MCU is. It felt tired. It felt jaded. It felt as if it, and it was, by the way, it was written by somebody who isn't remotely clever. Isn't clever and isn't funny, which is correct. 'Cause it was written by somebody, I think, that used to do Jimmy Kimmel and Rick and Morty. So, yeah, I can understand why the movie was fucking devoid of any humor. And it was certainly devoid of any cleverness. It was certainly devoid of any heart. It was meant to be about family, but Cassie was just such a pain in the ass, and they didn't really expand on that anyway. The trailers sort of gave an idea that this was like, you've lost time with your daughter. I'm going to give you that time back. But it wasn't. It wasn't at all. Had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that whatsoever. Absolute waste of space. So even though it was competently acted, for the most part, that was pretty much it. I didn't feel invested in the characters. I didn't feel invested in the story. I didn't feel invested in the world. I don't feel invested in their universe anymore. It's gone. It's just tripe. And I know I've pretty much been angry for this whole this whole video, but that's just it. It's just, I felt like, great, you just wasted 2 hours of my life. Just wasted it. Which is exactly what the MCU is right now. Girl bosses, shite humor, terrible written scripts, terrible stories, nothing to invest in, nothing clever, and more importantly, no characters that I care about. I don't give a fuck about Ant-Man. I don't give a fuck about the Wasp. I don't give a fuck about Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas. These aren't fun characters to get involved with. I miss Iron Man. I miss Captain America. I miss the big ones. But now we're going to get Ironheart, which is delayed, possibly indefinitely. Then we're going to get Echo, which is delayed, possibly indefinitely. Then we're going to get Agatha Harkness, which fucking God knows how that's being made. Then we're going to get all kinds of absolute fucking trash. And the post-credit scenes, which one of them has Loki in it, is simply leading into the next MCU TV show. TV show. Fuck this noise. Look, it was tripe. It was trash. I don't care. I'm not even going to give it a score out of 10 because it's not even worth my fucking time. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Oh, wait. Wait. My brain My brain had blacked it out. Do you know why it had blacked it out? Because it was so bad. And do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. MODOK. MODOK is one of the reasons why I don't care about the MCU anymore. Because that was a character that they took. And it's the Yellow Jacket from the first movie. And they took it and they made it when I say a joke, not a funny ha-ha joke. They made it a joke. So every time he appeared on the screen, I was fucking embarrassed. Embarrassed. Fucking hell. Look, I'll see you in the next video. We'll discuss it more in Friday Night Tights. You take care. Bye for now. Oh, don't watch this. I would recommend saving your money. You're missing nothing.